Hey asset builders, welcome back to the channel. My name is Manny. In this channel, we explore smart strategies for building wealth with real estate and other assets. So in my last video, I mentioned about how to apply a bank loan in the Philippines. So today we're going to tackle this part of steps on how to buy a condominium in the Philippines. So sit back and relax and let's dive in. Before we dive in, I would like to set the expectations that this video is probably intended for people who are outside in the Philippines, or should we call overseas. And in my case, I'm here in the US and we're trying to apply a bank loan in one of the banks in the Philippines. So I know this because I just literally have my loan being approved in one of the banks. So this is very fresh to me and I would like to share with you guys what are the things that they asked from me. And that being said, let's dive in. So the bank that I'm applying with is BDO, and these are the documents they were asking me, and it can be categorized into two. One is the basic documents and the other is the income documents. So let's navigate or go through each of these documents, and I know it's gonna be long, but hopefully it will not take time. So sit back and relax and let's do this. First, let's go over the basic documents. So I have it printed out, and let me read them to you guys so that I will not forget, and hopefully at least you have a clue. At the same time, I'm going to create a snapshot of the list, and you can pause it and just to basically set the expectation what they're asking from you guys. So that being said, let's go through this. So the basic documents to one of them is the Form A1 and A2 account. These are forms that they will ask to fill out based off your basic information. So your name, your address, and phone number. So if you have a spouse, so they are going to require you guys to fill out two separate forms. One for yourself, and the other one is for your wife. And the second document is, they call it Form A7. FATCA. I'm going to just check what's the acronym for FATCA, and this is for the US clients whose income source is in the US. So again, if you have a husband or you have a spouse, then they'll require you to fill out two separate forms. The third one is the Form C1, C3. So this is the principal borrower. In my case, it's me, so I'm going to just fill this out. And the other form that they're asking is C4, C5, is an additional borrower. So in this case, my wife. Form C6, this is the loan administrator. They said that's preferably Cebu based. So in my case, I asked my mother-in-law to be the loan administrator in this loan application. And the other one is the data privacy consent. And this is specific to the loan administrator. So it's my mother-in-law going to fill this out. The other form is the Annex 6 FATCA waiver. Again, this is just a US clients whose income source in the US. So again, I'm going to fill this out so with my wife in the separate forms. The next document is the W9. So for clients whose income source in the US, so we need to fill out the W9 form, and it will also be two separate forms, one myself and my wife. So the other requirement that they need is two valid IDs, which I mentioned in the past in my last video. So with the two valid IDs for appointed loan administrator or attorney in fact for OFW. And the other document they ask is the marriage contract. And if you are Filipino American, so they also ask for your oath of allegiance, identification certificate, and order of approval. And the last part for the basic document is the proof of billing for all parties to the loan, which is the Philippine address. So just keep in mind, one of the things that I preferred to go through BDO is that when I interviewed the loan officer, so they asked me to just fill out the form and they're okay to scan it. So that's really a good thing, because I had experience with other banks before is that when you fill out, you really need to send the hard copy to them, and that's for me, it's an old school kind of process, and we have all the internet in the world right now, so it's really helpful just to scan them and send it to them for verification. So that's the basic documents. And for the income documents, if you are employed, you and your spouse in US based, so you need the latest certificate of employment with salary breakdown dated within the last 6 months or 3 months pay stub or pay slips. So they also ask for work reference for employment verification, maybe for an HR in my case, and any immediate supervisor or an office mate. And they'll ask you to ask their full name, position, contact number, and email address. So these are the basic documents, the income documents that they will ask from you guys. So again, I'm going to create a snapshot for all of these forms, and you can reference it going forward, assuming they're going to go for the video. So probably you're wondering why I went with video. So my number one requirement when applying a bank loan or picking a bank is that I should be able to see or understand their process and their overall system. So in this case, what I did is I interviewed several loan officers and told them, okay, tell me what is the process for me to apply a loan. And oftentimes, still some of the banks in the Philippines, what they tell you is that, okay, I'll send you the forms through an email and you fill it out. However, they'll still ask you to send a hard copy. And for me, that's a problem, because when you have an error with the application that you filled out, and when they reviewed it, and what they'll ask from you is to send it back again, and that will costly for you. So that being said, in this case for video, what they asking was again, they'll send the forms through an email. At the same time, when you send it back, you just scan it, and they'll just review, and everything is good. So it's efficient, and at the same time it's time saver. So in addition, if bank has this process that they allow to send the application through digital, so that being said, their systems in general are robust, in the sense that they know that having this kind of process, it's very efficient compared to sending the hard copy. Because for example, if you have error, which always happen, and for us an applicant, we just need to reapply or fill out the forms that has an error and send it back to them with a scanned copy. It's very efficient and cost saving for us applicants, compared to again, sending the forms the hard copy, and there's always a problem, and again, it will take time. So my advice to you guys that always pick the bank who has this technology or process that you can do it online through the website, or they can just accept digital copy to process your loan. So one of the critical part when applying a bank loan in the Philippines is that if they will require you for a special power of attorney or a loan administrator. So why is it very critical? Because you need to ask the loan officer what is the requirement in terms of processing the SPA. Are they going just to honor a consularized, or they can do either apostille or notarized? Why is this very critical? Because if they are going to ask for a notarized only, then you have to ask yourself, is my current state or place that you are in, there is a Philippine embassy? And if there is, then that's well and good. If there is none, then you need to factor the travel and the scheduling when going to the Philippine consulate. So that's really things you need to consider. In this case, BDO will just honor either apostille, notarized, or a consulate. So I also choose them because it's easy for me to do an apostille. So apostilles everywhere. However, we plan already to go to Cebu by end of the month, so I should be able to process the notarized in Philippines, so it's not a problem. So the next part that I'm going to share with you guys, this is very critical, and please keep in mind because this happened to me. So when the loan officer submits your loan application to the headquarters, then it's going to be approved, right? So everything is good. So in my case, I told the loan officer way back is that I'm going to be traveling to Cebu by end of this month. And I was telling her, okay, probably I can sign the documents and process the loan there because I'm the owner, right? And she said it's not possible. We have to go through your SPA because when we submit the application to the headquarters, legally it's going to be the SPA who will do that. And if you insist to sign the documents, then what we need to do is we're going to resubmit the loan application without the SPA. So just really keep in mind that if you choose the SPA as going the main contact for them, for the bank I mean, is the SPA, is not you. So the other part I would like to share with you guys is that keep in mind that once everything is good and your approval is ready, so your bank will technically contact your SPA to arrange to sign the documents. So this happened to me because my mother-in-law just told me that, hey, I'm already in the bank and I already signed the documents, and I told her why. So I contacted the loan officer and explained what's going on, because at some point I lost the process. And we took like 30 minutes explaining me everything, and this is what happened. So the bank will ask your SPA to sign all the documents. This is pre-signed. So technically it's not legal yet, because keep in mind that the SPA, the special power of attorney that the bank had, needs to be notarized. So as long as it's not notarized, then it's not legal. So in my case, I'm going to Cebu by end of this month, and I arranged the schedule with the bank loan officer to notarize in their office. So that being said, it's only gonna be legal once the SPA is notarized and the date as well. So that being said, everything is cool after that. So that's all from me, guys. I hope I covered everything that I need to share with you, and if I missed something, feel free to comment down below if you have any further questions. And my goal for this is to share the process that I went through in applying a bank loan in the Philippines, and hopefully it will help you or guide you when the time comes if you're going to apply a bank loan. And if you find this process very tedious, then you just pay cash. So that being said, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button, share this video to your friends, and hopefully it will help them as well. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and happy investing.